2 months into the school year, and a survey shows 77% of nurse office visits right now are for general sickness. How can you guard against the germs that your child is surrounded by at school? Well, for that answer, let's turn to nationally recognized pediatric doctor Nina Shapiro. Good morning, Nina.
Good morning, Mike.
A lot of patients have experienced that kind of ooh moment, you know. Exactly what is that and what's behind it?
Well, we've all experienced that ew moment, whether we're parents or doctors or teachers, where a child picks their nose, which is very common in kids. They put their fingers in their mouth, then they touch their friend, they touch their friend's supplies at school, and you just know, or just starting the cold and flu season, that they are bound to get sick. And so that ew moment where you just know that something bad is going to happen, it happens all the time. We've all seen it. We all live it.
Right. Get those fingers out of those noses is what I say. The American Academy of Pediatrics has even updated their guidelines for flu shots. What's new this season?
So what's new this season, some of it is still the same. So the flu shot is still recommended in kids 6 months and up. One of the changes they've made this year is that if you have a 6-month to 8-year-old and they've never received a flu shot, this year they're recommending 2 doses spaced about a month apart to protect them from the flu. So 2 flu shots if your child has never had a flu shot before.
Interesting. As parents, how can we be prepared when sickness strikes? I mean, there's precautions and steps that we can take.
Right, so one of the things we want to do is teach our kids hand washing with soap is very important, just very basic hygiene, not picking their noses, not putting their fingers in their mouths. That's one way to sort of prevent the spread of illnesses, but kids are going to get sick, so we don't want to wait until the middle of the night when a child has a fever, a cold, or a cough. We want to get our medicines now so that when our kids do get sick, we can treat them. So for fevers, again, kids are going to get the flu even with a flu shot. So high fever is great. Children's Advil is given for kids 2 years and up to get that fever down quickly, because if they have a high fever, they're going to be miserable. They're not going to be able to eat and drink. They're going to have no energy. So get that fever down quickly. For stuffy, runny noses, you can give them children's Dimetap. Just if it's a mild cold, that'll just make them feel better. Children's Robitussin, you can give the 24-hour pack so they can have their cough kind of loosened up during the day, and then also the nighttime formula will get them cough-free at night and also allow them to sleep. So just stay ahead of it, get the medicines now, don't run off to the grocery store in the middle of the night trying to figure out what to get for your child. Stay ahead of it. If you're going to be traveling, it's a great idea to sort of travel with those medicines so you're not stuck on your vacation with a sick child and nothing to give them.
Yeah, you bring up a good point. I've been at the pharmacy at 3 o'clock in the morning, so I know what that means. Let's talk symptoms for a second. What kind of symptoms should parents look for before they kind of accelerate, before they get bad?
So in general, the flu is what we see that we really worry about, and that hits hard and fast. These kids get high fevers, no energy. This is a child who cannot get out of bed because they have no energy and they have these horrible muscle aches, full body aches, high fever. So if it's the flu, you want to get that fever down, and you also want to maybe give their doctor a call if you're concerned about a really high fever. The colds, the stuffy noses, most kids get about 10 colds a year. Most of them are going to be during the fall and the winter months, and that's the runny nose, the stuffy nose, that wet cough, that kind of nagging cough at night that you hear. And those you can treat their symptoms and just make them a lot more comfortable. They're going to get sick, so you just want to get them through their illnesses and get them back to school.
Selfish question. This morning I have a 5-year-old who had said his tummy hurt this morning. Is that something, is it just an upset stomach, or is it something I need to be on the alert of something else more serious?
Tummy aches are tricky, and that's, you know, and again, a tummy ache is not the stomach flu. The stomach issue is not a flu issue, that's a respiratory problem. A tummy ache in a child, you really need to figure out what's going on. Is it something they ate? Do they have a fever? Do they have any other symptoms? Are they just sort of not wanting to go to school that day and want to stay home? So tummy aches are tricky. You really want to see if it's something else or what's going on in school that day.
Probably just didn't want to go to school, that's my guess. How about a website again, doctor?
Right. The website is sickjustgotreal.com. We're all going to get sick, so we all want to sort of treat our sicknesses as they come.
Absolutely. Dr. Shapiro, thanks for your time this morning.
Thanks again.
All right, Mary, over to you.